Without a doubt, Portal is one of the most fun things within Battlefield 2042. And I wanted to go through and find the most fun servers and the ones that were just an absolute blast to play. So that's exactly what I've done, and I've put together a list of the ones I'd highly recommend you give a go if you're just looking for something a little different and just want a little fun while playing Battlefield. So let's get straight to it. Here's my top 5 Portal servers that you should be trying. The first one is made by two angry gamers, and it's inspired by Squid Game. It's called Red Light, Green Light. You'll be able to search it on your community tabs. And this is a lot of fun. It took me a minute to get the hang of, but basically, you run around with a knife and try to kill people on the green light. As soon as the red light comes, you need to stop, and you get given a weapon with a bullet. Most of the time, it's a sniper, but sometimes it may be an AR. If someone's in your line of sight, you can actually shoot and kill them as long as you're not moving. So you're free to aim and shoot your weapon, but you just can't move with your left thumbstick or WASD. It took me a moment to get the hang of it, but just playing around and running around with a knife and then instantly having to stop, if you can find someone to shoot, it's just a lot of fun. And it did catch me out a few times. You know, I got caught on the red light and it did kill me, but it was something so different and a lot of fun, obviously with the hype of Squid Game recently on Netflix as well. It's so different to everything else that I've sort of played in Battlefield, and I was playing this for a little while. So check it out if that's something that may interest you. The second mode I found, which was an absolute blast, was Zombies Rush. And basically this is just the standard Rush game mode, but one team is zombies and one team is normal with weapons. So the zombies team actually has a ridiculous movement speed and a knife. And obviously they have to defend the rush objectives while the attackers are trying to take them out and take out the rush objectives. This again was just a lot of fun to play. It's just absolute chaos. You're just charging at people with your knife, trying to melee them as best as possible. And honestly, the amount of times you die, but it doesn't matter. It's just a lot of fun. Those of you who've played previous Infection game modes or something like that, that's sort of what this is. If you type in probably just zombies on the search, it'll come straight up, or there'll be a few servers hosting it. And again, you're just sort of running around like a madman with this super sprint and this super speed, just trying to take out as many enemies as possible. It's a lot of fun, and I can imagine playing with friends or hosting a custom server or something like that. Playing with a big party will be a lot of fun. Now, the next server I found, this one is probably more for people who are a fan of Call of Duty games, but there is actually gun game servers, and you may have seen these. They seem pretty popular when I was looking through the server lists. And this had weapons from all the Battlefield games that were in the Portal mode. So you had some of the World War II weapons from 1942. You had some Battlefield Bad Company 2 weapons, Battlefield 3, and 2042 as well. And of course, it just plays like the standard gun game. You spawn in a random position on the map. It's a free-for-all, and every kill you get, you advance through to the next weapon. Now, some of these were crazy. I did get caught off guard being on this huge open map with a shotgun. That was a pretty difficult one. But again, another mode that's just a bit of a classic, and people seem to enjoy. And once again, it was just a lot of fun to play, and something completely different from Breakthrough or Conquest or something like that. And having these, honestly, having these Portal modes just feels like a completely different game, because there's so much you can actually do with them, and they're a ton of fun to play. Now, the next one I found was something a little different, and I actually had quite a bit of fun playing this. I didn't think I'd like it that much, but I saw it and I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And this one is Tarkov-inspired servers. So this is a really, really hardcore type mode. It's extremely low time to kill. I believe it's like 1 or 2 bullets to kill your enemies. And as you get more kills, you get more slots for equipment. So it leveled me up and I ended up getting like beacons and claymores and stuff. And it's super hardcore, so there's no map, no UI, nothing like that. It was actually a lot of fun to play. You know, it's more about your accuracy and just not being caught, being a little more sneaky. Along the lines of this, there was some milsim type Portal game modes, but I didn't really play those. Again, I presume it would be like this super hardcore type mode, and you know, super low time to kill. So I'm not sure if there's any of these with any of the more classic weapons, but there may well be. But I'm sure if you just search Tarkov in the community servers, I'm sure something will come up, no problem. Now, if you're looking for something a little more chaotic and a little more of an updated classic, This was absolute chaos what I found. I found 128 player servers for the old school rush. So this was Battlefield Bad Company 2 maps and Battlefield 3 maps with more tickets. It did only have the Battlefield 3 weapons, which I was hoping I would be able to find a mix of a Battlefield Bad Company 2 and a Battlefield 3 server, but unfortunately I couldn't. I think that would be great. Maybe it's something I should make personally. But having 128 players on these maps that were only made for 64 originally is honestly absolute chaos. There's just people everywhere, plenty of medics to be around, and there's just so many people, so many vehicles, and in such small spaces. It's absolutely insane. It was so chaotic. It's a lot of fun, but eventually I did end up just getting like spawn trapped, and you're just spawning and dying on the last sort of rush objective. It is a lot of chaos, and if that's more your thing, if you're looking for something more classic but like updated for the 128, I would highly recommend you try out some of the more old school rush servers. So those were the sort of most interesting portal modes I've found so far. I'm sure as more people are working on some, there'll be more that come in future, and obviously when maybe the game improves, we'll see more people making some different portal modes as well. I hope you found this video interesting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.